Good morning. Welcome to this edition of the Woodland Weekly. First, I want to apologize for last month's video. I know that the mic malfunctioned and you couldn't always hear exactly what I was saying about some of the work we were doing to the equipment. And now this month, I've got a malfunction with my voice, so hopefully you'll be able to understand everything that I say today. You know, a lot of people use different ways to determine when spring arrives. A lot of people say, well, March 21st, that's the date on the calendar. That's the first day of spring. Other people like to use the groundhog. The groundhog said this year we were going to have an early spring. My mother loves just to see that first robin. When she sees her first robin, she knows spring is here. For me, it's always the Daytona 500. I know about that time of year, our average high temperatures are going to be in the 40s, and we can get warmer days. Last year, on February 18th or 19th, we set a record high of 77 degrees. It can also get very cold. The 10-day forecast right now for March 1st and 2nd says the high temperatures are going to be in the 20s. But I know that won't last long. Warmer temperatures are coming. My staff and I right now are working really hard to finish all of the projects we started inside on the equipment so that we'll be ready when the weather finally breaks and we can get on the golf course. And we have a lot to do. With the poor weather we had in November, many of the projects we started last fall did not get completed. We still need to resod the T-surround on number 8. We need to build the sod wall bunker at 8 Green. We need to add sand to all the bunkers that we remodeled. And the biggest project is to pave all the areas on the south side that we intended to pave last fall. So please be patient with us. Hopefully we'll get some warm weather in March and we'll be able to complete all those projects before opening day. Lastly, I want to talk about the greens. Every year when the forecast for like this Saturday is for 60 degrees, the members will call the golf shop and say, are the greens going to be open? Well, I can tell you right now, the greens will not be open this weekend. We need to have at least 3 to 4 days of consistent dry weather and warm so that we can actually get on the greens to work on them. I actually look at the ice in the pond. As long as there's ice in the pond, I know the greens are not ready to get on them. So we have to wait for the greens to thaw out, dry out thoroughly, so we can get out and roll them. The condition you get in the wintertime with freezing and thawing is called frost heave. Frost heave is where the root zone separates from the soil. So the first thing we have to do every spring is go out and roll the greens to press everything back together. I personally like to roll at least twice before we put the holes in the greens so that I'm sure that when we finally get on them, we won't leave excessive printing or damage the soil structure in the root zone. Thank you for tuning in to this edition of the Woodland Weekly. I hope to see you all on the golf course very soon.